As you all know, Michael Cera from Superbad, Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist, Juno, Arrested Development, etc. He's been in film since he was around 10 years old. He's also composed some of the music for Youth in Revolt and Paper Heart, and he co-wrote, directed, and starred in his own show, Clark and Michael. And he is now officially the funniest Canadian on the planet. It's also very, very cool for me personally to have Miguel Arteta here. I've known Miguel for at least 25 years, frightening. And as you know, Miguel directed The Good Girl and Star Maps, and one of my absolute favorite movies of all time, Chuck and Buck. He's brilliant, and it's so great to have him here tonight. We're going to have an informal discussion with Miguel and Michael, and they're going to be happy to take questions from the audience. I'm going to take advantage of my position and throw out the first question when they come here. But so now please join me in welcoming Miguel Arteta and Michael Cera. Thank you guys so much for coming out tonight, and congratulations on the film. It's awesome. First, silly question. Miguel, I've known you forever. You've always been so mild-mannered, and yet your films are so dark, and you always have these twisted characters that have double lives, and I want to know, is this autobiographical?
100%. Yes. I helped CD Payne write this book. He interviewed me for years to figure out. No, I have nothing to do with this book. It's all CD Payne. How many of you have read the book? Oh man. How many of you are gonna read the book? Yeah. Oh. You know, they're pretty good down there. They give you 40% of your money back. Interesting first question. You want to know how much money I have in my wallet? It's a lot. I mean, a lot.
I don't have a wallet. I lost my wallet. But.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, if you have a question, raise your hand and there's a microphone. I'll bring it to you.
Let's be civilized, people. Maybe you should just shout him out.
No, we're recording this.
Hello, I'm Alex. This question's for Michael. The two characters in this movie are completely different, and one is it seems similar. The two characters that you play in this movie. What's going on, guys?
Sorry, there's something going on over
Sorry,
there.
keep going, Alex.
Thank you. One seems a lot more like the characters you've played in the past, and one seems like a character you haven't explored in your previous work. So it must have been interesting for you to explore these two completely different characters. Was one easier to play? Was one more enjoyable for you to play?
Not really. They were both a lot of fun. I really want to know what you guys were laughing about. Can you shout it out?
Can you pass it to her? This is gonna sound kind of dick, but I called that question. Like I knew somebody was gonna say that.
Oh.
I did like an impression of it earlier that somebody was gonna say
I was
that.
eavesdropping, that's why.
But
Well-
no, I wasn't gonna ask it because I knew somebody was gonna say it, and she thinks it's funny.
Oh. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Close, but no cigar.
Yeah, no, they were both just a lot of fun to play. And it was fun doing both at the same time. Oh boy, I don't have anywhere. I'm not going anywhere with this. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, he couldn't do both at the same time exactly, but very close to each other.
There's a guy in Spain somewhere that can apparently do that, but
Yeah.
no, I don't identify with either. They're both losers.
So Miguel, I wanted to ask you, most of your stuff has been, as she said, much darker and pretty heavy-duty stuff. This is a very funny comedy. It's got its dark sides to it, but what was different for you in terms of doing a comedy? Is there a different approach, different mindset for you, even as you bring your own personal dark take to things?
It's a comedy, right? I'm happy to hear that. I don't really, like I always tell actors, if it's funny, if it's ridiculous, whatever, and if it's pathetic and tragic, whatever, just don't try and push any agenda, just be engaged in what you're doing, and that seems to be the kind of movies I like to watch, movies where the characters are just fully engaged in what's going on, and they're not really trying to make you laugh or trying to make you cry. But I don't know. It was easy. It was easy with the tone of the book. It's told from the point of view of a 14-year-old kid who's so naughty, so naughty. It was fun to like try and capture that tone in which adults are just, it's like an alien living, it's like you landed in a land of aliens. So I don't think, did I try to make it funny?
I think so. Yeah, you didn't try to not make it funny. Right. The book's really funny, so we tried to just take as much from the book as we could, right?
Yes.
How many people have read the book? How many are going to read the I don't know.
I want to say thank you to Tony Fanning, the production designer, who's here.
Where is he?
Tony,
Yeah.
are you here?
Tony. Yeah. Also the cop. The cop, when the car goes into the water, you might recognize him.
Yes.
Looking confused. Do the
Also-
look, Tony. No.
And also, I think Colleen, who's our location manager, is here. And Leanne. There they are. Hello. Thank you.
So in the book, Nick does not have a double character, but you decided to make him be like a split personality almost. Was that your decision as a director, or was that in the script?
What was the question?
Well, it was whether or not that was our decision to make him have a split personality, or whether it was built into the script. But it is in the book, right?
Well, not quite.
What's that?
Not quite like that, you know.
How do you mean?
I mean, he's not two different people.
Oh,
Yes,
I see.
I did read
It's like
the
in
book.
his head.
This
It's in
is
his
one
head.
of my favorite books.
I see what you mean.
I
Yeah.
see, yeah.
Well, he's not really two different people in this either. It's all in his head. So I don't mean that in a mean way. But 'cause it might not have.
Well, but
seemed
I
like
think
that,
it makes him seem a little bit crazier. Like in the book, he was extremely sane.
The alter ego was.
Yes.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
Maybe we should go back and reread the book.
Yeah.
So you're saying this was not accurate to the book?
Yeah.
Well, the character seemed a little bit more fragmented and insane.
Where
than
were
he
you
did
when
in
we
the
were
book.
Yeah, I know. Trying to write
making the film?
I don't know.
Well-
And also, how much input did the actual writer have into the movie?
Which writer? You mean the C.D. Payne?
Yes.
C.D. Payne is in the movie, by the way. When Estelle is driving off and saying, "We're going on vacation," the neighbor that doesn't look, that's C.D. Payne. They're right. You emailed with him a little back and forth a couple of years before we made the movie, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He sent me a copy of the book. There's an extended version of Youth in Revolt that is hardcover, and you can't find it in stores, and he sells them
has-
under the table.
It has a bomb on
Don't
it.
tell anyone. It what?
Does it have a bomb on the front cover?
Maybe. I took the jacket off of it, but there's like a book you can buy that's like all the stuff that was cut out of it, and it's like called Cut to the Twisp or something, and you can see what he cut out. And I emailed him and got him to send me one of those, and he signed it. And he also sent me a signed picture of himself, which I didn't request, but I appreciate it. I still have it. I have it framed. And so yeah, I had exchanged emails with him, but we never really talked about the script or anything.
We asked him for help when we were doing the reshoots. We wanted to see if we could come up with a better ending.
Yeah.
And he had the idea that maybe Nick would be doing video poker and would have, killed it and made $1 million at video poker, and run out of town with that money. It's a good idea, but he has a very special mind. It didn't really work for us.
Oh, sorry. I was just wondering how much working out did you do for those underwear scenes?
Well, how much does it look like I did?
A lot. A lot.
What's that?
A lot.
All right. Thank you. You're very sweet.
Oh, no. So are you.
I worked out a lot of different ways to eat different kinds of foods, like nachos and cereal. Not much. Not much working out.
There was a lot of eating of baked potato pizza. I don't know, have you ever had baked potato and sour cream pizza?
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Amazing.
That was our main workout.
Hi there. Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, you two, for coming and for being here and for showing the movie. It was really fun to watch. One of the things that struck me about the movie that I really enjoyed were the animated sequences. I was wondering if you were inspired by any particular type of animation when you were making the movie, or if that was just something you did for fun.
I think it comes from the book, the idea of having, going into, into his head, and then we were just searching for the right animator, and we came up on this guy, Peter Sluska, who had in his reel these monkeys trying to have sex with a bunch of sand.
Yeah.
And they're very, very frustrated. There's very little shame involved in it, and we thought, this is our guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had to fight for that animation pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the head of the studio wasn't quite sold on it.
There's a few things cut too, right?
Yes, Jerry's heart attack. Jerry, when we find out that he had a heart attack in a bar, you see a stop animation of Zach, like with his heart really ripping from his chest and him dying, falling down. Then he goes to heaven, and St. Peter won't accept him. You see all the horrible things he's done, and sends him to hell, and he falls down to hell. So, something to look forward to in the DVD.
So, Michael, you helped work on some of the music for this movie?
Yeah, there's just a couple songs in there that I sent to Miguel, and he actually put them in the movie. And they're just recorded on my laptop.
That's awesome.
But you can't really tell.
No, there's perfect quality. There's the theme, Francois' theme that sounds like a flamenco guitar when Francois first appeared.
Yeah, that's not me playing flamenco guitar. It's Miguel's assistant, Sudi, who's an amazing flamenco guitarist.
Yes, I hired him because he was an amazing flamenco guitarist.
Taught by gypsies.
Yep.
Seriously.
Sweet.
Yeah. Same guy that shouted out earlier.
Yeah.
So, all day.
Yeah. What happened there?
Dude, where was the David Bowie song? Come on,
Yeah.
man. Why wasn't it in the movie? That's what this guy wants to know.
We couldn't get a rebate on it, so.
40% from Michigan.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But I was I was going to ask you, what kind of music have you been listening to for the last couple of years? We want to know, what kind of music does Michael Cera listen to? Top 5 albums. No, I'm just joking.
Top 5 albums? That's really tricky. I don't know. What do you like?
Well,
I'll base my answer on that.
I like Neutral Milk Hotel.
Yeah, they're good.
You introduced me to the Fruit Bats, which are
the
great.
Fruit Bats, yeah.
They're awesome. And Beulah.
Beulah's great.
Beulah's fantastic.
Yeah. And Ennio Morricone.
Amazing.
That's kind of what I have on mostly.
Yeah. I saw him play in New York City.
Really?
Yep.
It's pretty awesome.
Tears. It was beautiful. What else? I mean, there's some really obscure bands in this movie.
Yeah.
We have Tiny Leaves. This guy named Kyle Field. He's amazing. And Margaret's band. I forget the name of her band. Yeah.
During the mushroom sequence?
Yes, during the mushroom sequence, yeah.
Yeah.
But what have I been listening to lately? Final Fantasy. Have you guys heard of that? Not the game. This guy Owen Pallett. It's awesome.
There's a band called Clues. That's really good too.
The Unicorns.
Yeah, it's the guy from the Unicorns.
Right.
Alden Penner, and also Harry Nelson.
Yep.
Is awesome.
Harry Nelson is great. Yeah. I have dreams that my girlfriend will make me a video of her singing. They put the line in the coconut and make me feel better. But I think it's going to take a lot of coaxing before it happens.
A lot of coke?
Yes.
Did you say? A lot of
I have a quick question.
Checka.
Online.
Okay. So right here. Sorry.
Yep.
I don't know. You guys are looking around right here. Third row, middle.
Yep.
Okay. I like this microphone. So Miguel, if you could just speak a little bit to your experience working with Michael. I mean, he's a really established actor, a big comedic voice. In terms of what surprised you about him, funny anecdote or story, and Michael too. How much flexibility you had in with the movie to improv, and you're pretty witty off the cuff. You've been making jokes all night. So I'm giving you props, and also how you personalized the Francois character. I actually have a identical twin brother next to me.
I've seen that.
I see that.
Yeah. So whenever I get in trouble, I just blame it on my evil twin. So it'd be cool if you could touch on how you kind of personalize that character as well. So kind of multi-part question.
Michael made me feel like the best creative part of me came out the moment I met him. I met him on the set of a year one, and over a pecan pancake.
Those people hate pecan pancakes.
Yeah, I send them right off. I don't know. It was really one of the most beautiful creative experiences I've ever had. Like we just started. We began and we just went. We never stopped. We just said, okay, let's do this. And we looked at the old script that was there and said, do you like that line? No, I don't like that line. We scratched it. Do you like that line? I don't like that line. We scratched it. And then it was like, maybe this whole page, we just tore it apart and threw it out. And then look at the other page. Maybe we just start from scratch. And then we went upstairs and took out the book and started writing everything. And things happened pretty effortlessly. But the thing that surprised me the most about Mike is the fact that there's nothing you can tell him he's done wrong that will shake his confidence. Usually you can make actors feel pretty insecure if you're, and you don't want to, but sometimes you have to. You say, I like what you did, but perhaps, you could not point so much or, whatever, if there's somebody's doing something bad. And then usually an actor will be like, oh, you're right, I'm pointing, it's so stupid, I can't believe it. Who would point? I mean... And you spend the rest of the day trying to make them feel like they're human. But with Michael, if you tell him don't point, he just smiles and says, don't point, watch this. And
you've never seen so little pointing.
So that was the most surprising thing. He's sort of the anti-actor. As a matter of fact, when the first 3 words I said to Michael, I had to call him, and they were nervous not to give me your number, so you call me. I had to wait, and I got this, hello, this is Michael Cera, and I said, Michael Cera, the actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not like other actors.
Thank you, Miguel. What was the other part? It was there wasn't a lot of improvising, right?
No.
There wasn't a lot on this. We just tried to take as much dialogue from the book as we could, mostly.
No.
The dialogue in the book is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there wasn't. No, we didn't really. Are there any lines that you threw in there that are still that you improvised?
I can't remember, but my favorite line in the movie is the one. There's the line when Francois is like breaking records, and he says, "I'm not going anywhere until you sink your filthy dick in this tomato." And we were like doing the reshoots in Shreveport, and we were so tired, and Miguel came up with that line at like 3 a.m. We were in my hotel room, and he said that out loud, and we laughed for like 5 minutes. I don't know what it means.
There was no intention of putting it in the movie. I was just like, well, why don't you say this?
And then we wrote it and then filmed it, and then it's actually in the movie. I love it. That's one of my favorite lines.
It came from, I think, a friend of mine was paying a compliment to a couple that was pregnant. And he said, do you do all of that with your filthy dick? and that always stuck in my mind, so I wanted to.
Wow. It's great. It's great.
It's on the Red Band trailer. I couldn't believe that the line,
Oh. And we expected to have some pushback on that, right, from the Weinstein Company, but they didn't mention it.
No.
They liked it.
Yeah.
Go figure.
I have a quick question over on this side, on your right. Thanks, guys, for coming and doing the movie. Very enjoyable, funny movie.
Thank
Michael, good job on Francois. I was
Thanks.
very impressed with that. So, if I'm not mistaken, the scene where we're first introduced to Francois on the bed, is that all one shot? Where you pan from Nick over to Francois? How did you do that?
Magic.
He was wearing different clothes.
He ran really fast behind the camera. And we had a team of 7 wardrobe people, just and he got in there. You just shoot it twice. It's actually a lot simpler than one would think.
But was the camera on one of those controlled?
Yeah, it had like a controlled tripod head that makes the same movement exactly the same way. You program it. And
Same speed.
So it always makes the same pan. So you can do it over and over, and you put him on one side, and then you put him on the other side, and you just blur the line in between. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it with your iPhone.
I was hoping for a funnier story, but thank you.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey.
Happy
Hi.
New Year. Was that your own mustache?
Fake.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry to bring that
It
up.
wouldn't look like that if I grew one. It would be jet black, and
Handlebar.
it would be growing into my mouth.
Of course. All right. What are you doing later? No, just kidding.
Doing another Q&A. We had to, it had to be fake because I would do something as Nick and then switch over right away into Francois, so it would have to be a quick change. That's all.
Yeah.
Thanks for sticking around, guys.
Yes, thank you.
I'll ask my question. Michael, I was going to ask you what your parents thought about the film.
They liked it. They liked it.
Your mom seems pretty keen on it.
Yeah, my mom's seen it a couple times. I don't think they didn't have any complaints about anything. I think they liked it. I was kind of expecting them to be a little. I mean, the first scene is like me masturbating. Am I saying that correctly?
Yes.
So, I expected it to be a bit weirder when they saw it, but I think they just really like it.
His mom visited the set twice, and in both occasions, he was getting beat the shit by Ray Liotta or by Steve Buscemi. It just so happens that the 2 times that she came in, he was getting just pounced. It was pretty embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah.
She didn't seem to mind.
No.
Hi, huge fan, first time caller. I was just wondering what it was like working with Zach Galifianakis.
What it was like?
Yes.
Is there a good story?
Disgusting? No, I like the story where he took your pants off, but that was in a different movie, wasn't it?
Oh, he destroyed my pants.
Yeah.
Destroyed a pair of pants of mine. It was in Shreveport. He was filming there at the same time I was. And he was just being stupid. My mom was there visiting me, and she was downstairs in the lobby. And I was like up on the 8th floor, and I saw him in the hallway, and he was like, "Your mom's looking for you." And he was just doing a joke. But I think he was a little drunk, so he was really, and he was trying to physically shove me onto the elevator. So he's using all his strength and pushing me onto the elevator. And then I was trying to claw my way out of the elevator, and he stuck his hand in my back pocket and was hanging on with all his might. And I just like threw myself out, and the whole back of my pants came off like a piece of paper. And I like walked out of my pants. Like it was like a 30s movie. And he fell back into the elevator, and I think he really hurt his hand, actually. And my pants were completely destroyed. It was pretty funny.
He's awesome. I'm getting paranoid that the choice of the beard was like he pulled a fast one on us. Because now that I saw The Hangover, I realized, because he came to the set and was like, "What do you think about the beard? It's good, right? It's a good beard." Yeah. And he was going to do The Hangover right after he did our movie. And I'm trying to think that he grew it for that movie, not our movie.
Oh.
Yeah, right? I'm not. If you see him, please ask him.
Yeah, I got the mic. I'm a really big fan of Arrested Development, so I've been watching it since the beginning. So mad props to that.
Thanks.
And I was really sad when it got canceled, but again, really happy when you guys started talking about making the movie. So I know you can't probably say too much about it, but is there anything you can say in the way of making the movie, not making the movie? Because I mean, it's been going back and forth for a while.
I think it's just it's being written right now, and we're gonna film it hopefully this year, I think.
So it is a yes?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's the plan. Thanks.
Should I start? Over here? Hey, can you guys talk about how this project came about? Like, did you read the book first, or did someone write a script that sent to you guys, or who got it first, and how you cast it, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah.
You read the book.
I read the book, and they sent me the script like five years ago, and it was sitting around for a long time and not getting made, and I was getting worried. I thought by the time they finally ever made it, I'd be too old, and kept asking about it, and then finally they attached me to it, and then you were attached pretty shortly after, and then it just all of a sudden started going like at the beginning of 2008, right?
Yep. I think Bob Weinstein really pushed it through because other people had been trying to develop it.
Oh yeah, it was with Lionsgate for a while.
Yeah.
And then Bob bought it.
And he was like, "I'm shooting this movie in May.
Yeah.
Are you in or are you out?"
Like Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
He had just finished seeing it.
Yes. And casting started right away from our first phone call. Michael suggested Gene Smart for Estelle.
Right.
We almost cast Patrick Duffy. I don't know if there are any Patrick Duffy fans in here.
He was almost Mr. Ferguson.
Yes.
Really close.
Yeah.
But he was busy doing Bingo America. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
The casting was a fun process. It was really, really fun. There were many ups and downs with the studio about that. There was one actor that I saw and I thought, oh my God, this is the guy. And then I showed it to Michael and to Bob Weinstein, and they both had Michael said he's too dapper for this part, and then Bob Weinstein was saying he's not funny enough. And then I was kind of upset, and then he came and auditioned a second time, And this time the studio was like, they totally changed their mind. This is the guy. And at that point I said, now I'm not sure that he's the guy. And it went on back and forth like that too. I think it was arbitrarily almost at the end. Bob was like, I'm casting him. That's it. Like, this is me casting him. And he got the part. But that was a long road going back and forth. But we can't say who it is.
I can't even think of who it is.
That's good.
Is it Steve Buscemi? Kidding. He's pretty dapper.
Yeah, I have a question right here. The other twin.
Oh.
Right, Ringo.
I know
Oh,
who
yeah.
you are, yeah.
Yeah, thanks a lot, you guys, for coming out. I mean, this is really special for people like us.
Like you and your twin brother?
Yeah, specifically. Well, Francois here, yeah. No, but a kind of more goofy question, but you had like a really priceless facial expression there in that shower scene. I was just wondering maybe what was going through your head, for all the actors here in the audience, if we want to nail that scene, what.
I was
what's
just
a
thinking, just look
go-to
priceless.
thought?
Priceless. Priceless. You're feeling priceless. Sorry, I don't mean to make fun of you.
No.
I was just thinking, well, it was like a really crazy camera. It was the Phantom, right?
Mhm.
Which is like a super slow-mo camera.
Yeah, 1,000 frames a second. Yeah.
Which requires huge, really hot lights.
Yes.
So I was just focusing on not looking. Everyone kept saying, "Do not look at these lights," right?
Yeah.
Because it's a very dangerous thing. If
Yeah.
you look at them, you're blind forever.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to avoid looking at the lights and trying to find the right height, like to get into the shot.
Yeah.
And
it was pretty awkward.
there was not much going through my mind. The footage that lasts on screen is like 2 seconds total, right?
less than that.
It's
yeah.
like a really slow motion camera. So I was probably in between two thoughts.
Is there, you do a lot, you're like known for your awkward moments. I'm just wondering if, you find yourself getting awkward up there yourself before you're up there shooting and you find yourself, I don't know, actually getting a boner or, something happening. Like, what do you do as an actor? You're doing the lotion scene, and I don't know, just.
So what are you, the funny twin?
I think I'm the non-funny
He's the
twin,
mature
but-
one. You're the funny guy.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just.
I don't know. I'm trying to
count
think
ABCs
of
in your head. I don't know.
On-set boners. I think I've blocked those from my memory. But thank you for the question.
I've got a question over here. Great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks.
What were both of your favorite scenes to shoot? And if you ever need a bachelor's, Michael, we have a good program. You can ask James Franco.
Cool. Favorite scenes? I liked doing the reshoots. We did like 2 weeks of reshoots, and it was really amazing.
Yeah, it was fun.
And some of those scenes were the dorm room scene where like Francois talking to Sheeny, and what else?
I like the scene where you confront Ray Liotta.
Yeah.
The breakfast scene.
I like that one too.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a lot of fun to shoot.
That was a lot of fun. Ray Liotta punched me during rehearsal. Pretty hard on the jaw here, and it was his way of, because he gets up and Gene Smart grabs him and stops him from throwing himself at me, and so during the rehearsal it was his way of saying to her, I think it was his way of saying like, you're gonna have to be fast, otherwise I'm gonna get him. So he like really quickly hit me, and it kind of shook me, but it was pretty awesome being hit by Ray Liotta.
Yep.
All
That was a
right,
fun
I have
one.
a question over here. Oh, are you done?
Maybe 2 more questions.
All right, well, I have a question over here. Over here. Hi, my name's Francesca. It's nice to meet you. This question's actually for Michael. I just want to know, I want to know when you actually decided you want to be an actor. Like, has it always been a passion of yours? Like, did you know it? You wanted to be an actor since you were a child? Or
Yeah, I guess I told my parents I wanted to be an actor when I was pretty young. And around like 8 years old, I started doing these acting classes things where you play games, like improv games with other kids. And I had a lot of fun, and then started auditioning around 9 and was like getting jobs and just kept doing it. And so I guess pretty young, I wanted to do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We're gonna joint this. So she's gonna ask one, and then I'm gonna ask one. We're gonna take advantage of the microphone.
Okay, this question is for Michael. I think a lot of your past roles are kind of similar, so I'm just wondering if the chance to play a different character like Francois, who kind of allows you to be a little more multidimensional in your acting, was something that attracted you to this project.
Kind of. But not really, because I mean, I got the book when I was like 15, and I just really loved the book. I just really liked the story. That's kind of what drew me to it more than anything, and I love the writing. But I really had a lot of fun doing that, and it was a really cool thing to get to do. Yeah, but that wasn't really what drew me to it.
We didn't think Francois was such a big star while we were filming, really, right?
No, yeah.
No, it kind of took us by surprise.
Yeah.
We knew it was great, but little did we know how popular he was going to be one day.
Yeah, and then we did more scenes with him during the reshoots.
He started to like demand more attention when we came back.
And then, Miguel, I just wanted to ask you, I thought it was really interesting that the movie is about Nick and the female character's name, whose name I've forgotten. Sheeny. But it's really, they're very entrenched in the adult world, and as you've been mentioning, all of the actors that you've brought in, you've had all these amazing actors playing their parents and various other adults. How did you go about combining? I haven't read the book, and I'm not sure how much of Nick's story is in there, and if he's a character in the adult world. But I thought it was interesting in comparison to other quote-unquote teen movies. I don't know if you want to touch on that at all.
that the kids feel so adult in the movie, or?
Well, I thought it was cool that it was very combined. It wasn't just about Nick's experience. We had a lot of really wonderful adult actors that you don't see, like, Steve Buscemi in many teen movies. And I don't know if you would call this a teen movie. I don't know what, when you were making the movie, who you were making it for, but I think it reaches more audiences than just a 20 and under.
Oh, thank you. We made the movie for ourselves, and it's like cooking. You make a meal and you hope you like it and fuck your guests. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming out and